Hey everybody, Jimmy Wild here from J76 Gaming, and we're back playing Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U. And I've been doing quite a bit of Xenoblade Chronicles X content, so if you like what you're seeing, then go ahead and smash that like button and let me know, because I really appreciate that. And also don't forget to subscribe, because there are more videos on the channel already, and then I have more that are going to be coming out. I got a whole list of things that I want to put together. So anyways, today I wanted to go through like a beginner's guide, or kind of a things I wish I knew when I started type of thing. Whatever you want to call it, I have a list of 10 things that will help you get started with the game, plus a little bonus at the end. Got to throw that little sneak in there. So anyways, we'll get going in a second. Alright, so the first thing I want to kind of talk about as a tip is you can have up to 20 active quests at a time. So I really suggest that you go to this board. You can see Eleonora there is the NPC standing by it, and pick up quests. You know you're going to a particular area, you know you're going to be out in Primordia, so might as well grab some quests that are out there also. There's a couple of different types. So if you right trigger, it'll tell you what you need to do for the mission. Now the social stuff is usually just go talk to someone and they will give you whatever the rest of the quest is, or the mission is. Bounties are to go kill something, and gathering is to go pick up some items and come back. So important thing about bounties are there'll be a couple different types. Like one might say go kill one particular thing, and that's probably a tyrant, so you might want to be cautious before picking that one up. Or you'll have something like this where it says go kill 4 of these particular monsters. Now, the bounties will actually tell you where to go on the map. So if it says go kill 4 of these things, it'll tell you on the map, go right here, and you can go kill them. Now, stuff like the gathering ones where it says go pick up 3 ZZ rabbits, good luck. They don't tell you where those are. So you're going to need to do some Googling, or if you want to do some exploration on your own, no problem. So the second trick or tip is pick up everything, because you never know. Everything has a purpose. You never know when you're going to need it. And you can hold 99 of each of the collectibles. And what I mean by collectibles are on the, like in the world, you can see the little blue indicators. So if we run over there, you see that little blue diamond or whatever, you pick that up, bloop, that's an L002 fuel tank. And you're like, great, what is that? Well, you're probably going to need it for a quest or two later on. So pick up as many as you can. And like I said, you can have 99 of them, and when you get to 99 of them, you pick them up and automatically sell them. So let's run over here and let's pretend, okay, I have 99 of whatever this is. Now I would pick it up, and instead of saying item obtained deflection shield mirror, it would say 100 units. Like, it automatically sells it. So that's a good way to make some money also. Let's see. And let's say you picked up one of the bounties, one of the gathering quests, and let's say it wanted that deflection shield mirror, and you're like running all through the area, and you picked up all of the little blue icons, and there's no more for you to pick up, but you know this is the area that you want to be. Just fast travel right back to it, and they'll all respawn again. Or you can just wait. They'll respawn on their own, but it's just usually just faster. Just fast travel and come back to it. Alright, and then so number 4, kind of zooming through these fast. Number 4 is explore everywhere. This game really rewards you for exploration, but also don't forget to look up. This game is very vertical. It's also very beautiful when you look up, but it is very vertical. So you can see that off in the distance. And that's another thing too. This is one of those games where if you can see it, you can go there eventually. So But anyway, so yeah, look up, because a lot of times there'll be environment above you that maybe you could jump onto, and there might be something up there, or there might be an enemy that's flying overhead that you don't necessarily notice. So anyways, don't forget to look up. So yeah, explore and look up. Number 5. So number 5 are these probe locations, and this one's already activated, but let's pretend that this is the first time you've ever come here. You will just kind of run up to it, and then you just hit A a bunch of times, and it will activate it, and we'll put a basic probe there. So the probe stuff is another, probes and Frontier Nav is another video on its own, but for now, just put that probe there, and that's important because that'll let you actually fast travel back to it. So that's a nice thing. So oh yeah, and just another point to that is you can see, back away for a bit, you can see the little beam of light from a pretty good distance. So if you see that, try to get to it. But anyway, all right, number 6. So speaking of probe sites, there's this concept of a blade level, and the story will kind of force you to start picking that up. It'll tell you a little bit about that, and I think it's pretty unanimous what you need to do or how you need to make your choices there. But they'll give you 3 different choices. They say, hey, do you want to, every time you blade level up, it'll be like, do you want to upgrade your mechanical, your biological, or your archaeological? And like I said, pretty much unanimous. Everyone says get mechanical first, because mechanical skill allows you to open more of the probe sites, and that's important for, like I said, for fast traveling and stuff, and for the Frontier Nav. All right, so sort of on the same topic of leveling, and now this is something that is, I don't know, it's interesting, and I don't love it, but it's fine. Leveling your character doesn't necessarily make you stronger. It gives you more access, or it gives you access to more gear and higher level gear, and higher level arts and skills. Those are the things that make you stronger. Alright, so as I was making this list, I realized that I couldn't find all of the things that I wanted for number 8. So number 8, we're going to kind of cut into the middle of all this list, but it's about enemy detection. So there's a little icon above an enemy head that will tell you how it will aggro you. And so this guy here has got a little lightning bolt. That lightning bolt means that they're going to aggro based on sound. So I should stop moving, but anyway, so yeah, so sound. So be on the lookout for that. Another thing is sight. So we'll go find one of those. Be right back. Okay, so here we are. We got a couple of examples here. So number 1, this is a tyrant. So tyrants will have entirely different behavior on their own, but you can still see that this does have an eyeball. So that eyeball means that it detects by sight. And if we come over here, and I ran too far, this guy doesn't have anything. So that means passive. It's not going to attack you. No. I'm going to go back over here real fast, just so hopefully I can show you something. And whoop. Okay, so now I'm in my skull, but now look at the same enemy. Now he's got an eyeball. So there is a concept of different behavior based on whether you're running on the ground or if you're in your skull. Now there's plenty of other things too, so like weather, time of day, that sort of thing may impact the behavior of one of the enemies, but pay attention to the icons. Is a lightning bolt a sound? Is the eyeball it's sight? And if there's nothing, it's passive. There's one more thing that I want to bring up too, is there's this, they call it group loyalty. I mean, but you may be more accustomed to hear linking. Like the monsters will link to another one. So if that is the case, you can highlight or you can target a mob. And if there was another one around there, it would have a little red triangle above its head, indicating that if you attack this guy, anything that has a little red triangle above its head will also attack you. Okay, so number 9. Number 9 is that enemy size comes into play with how difficult something is to defeat. So if you were back to those little pig thingies and you were level 13 and they were level 13, you can pretty much assume that you're going to have an okay time and you're going to defeat it. But if we look at here, this guy is level 18. If I was level 18, I might still think twice about attacking that thing, because that thing is big and it probably has more hit points and has more attacks that are more damaging in attacks. It also does have kind of like a little bonus, a bonus tip here is appendages. So as I run around, you see the target moves to the different legs. Those are things that you can attack that have their own hit point pool, and you can actually break. It's called breaking the appendage. And that does a couple things. One, if you destroy that appendage, if there is an attack associated with that appendage, the enemy can no longer use that attack against you. So that's awesome. But number 2, when you defeat the enemy, that appendage has its own drop pool. So if you defeat the enemy, that's one pool. And then let's say it has head, and you destroy the head, that appendage, that gives you another drop pool. Then it has legs. You defeat the legs, and that gives you a third drop pool, and so on and so forth. So a strategy later for a lot of the farming in this game is destroying the appendage, because you can get more drops. And anyway, so that was number 9, and that. I would say the targeting is kind of sloppy. You just have to kind of run around and try to get a good target. But you can click on right stick, and you can see now we're locked on to target that. So anyway, that's all about targeting. So number 10. This is not spoilers. This is just talking about chapter numbers. So up until chapter 9, you can pretty much play this game however you would like. There's going to be some times where you're like, oh, well, maybe I found an area, I'm going to level up a few extra levels here or whatever, or I like the way that this sword looks, so I'm going to use this sword. Okay, and that's fantastic. But when you get to the later chapters, and specifically, if you intend on finishing this game, finishing this story, you're really going to have to put some time into planning and developing your build and the skills and arts and weapons that you're using. So keep that in mind. And there'll be a point where it says, "Are you sure you want to continue?" And you say, "Yes." And it says, "Are you sure you want to continue?" When you get to that point, think about it, because you're going to want to be pretty tough by that point. But anyway, my point of saying that is, when you get to the later stuff, you really need to think about what you're doing. Up until then, have fun, knock yourself out. But anyway, all right. So that was our 10. Now I did promise a little bonus. So. And this one is specifically tied to number 10. The bonus is easy mode. Easy mode is your friend. If you fail a mission fight, I think it's 3 times, a little pop-up will come up on the screen and be like, "Do you want to try it a little bit easier?" Yes, you do. Don't be embarrassed. If you fail a mission and it comes up and asks you if you want to do the easy mode, do the easy mode. It's fine. it's okay. You can do that. I give you permission. It doesn't impact anything for the story. It doesn't impact anything for like drop stuff or whatever. Just do it on the easier mode. Get yourself through it. That's fine. There are points in this game where the difficulty spike is like do pew. Take the easy mode if you need it. And actually, I was reading an IGN like kind of walkthrough guide, and it even calls out there, says just take the easy mode. so yeah, it's kind of a thing. If you're stuck, just use easy mode. So yeah, that's it. That's my list of 10 plus a little bonus there. But yeah, I think I've talked for long enough, so I'll go ahead and stop. But I will say thank you for watching this long, and I will see you in the next video.